All right, good morning. Welcome to the London session. I hope you're doing well. Um, so, I am back from my holidays and let's see what the market has for us. Quickly, right? We are still bullish on dollar index. It looks like today it looks to me that it's kind of coming back down into some small sort of retracement, but it doesn't change the fact that we are still bullish. So I'm giving it till New York session. We actually confirmed up here that we are gonna continue going up. The actual level that I was looking for, I think it did hit it. Let me double check. Yeah, I was looking for exactly that level yesterday. We did actually hit it. The next level is 105.35. That's my next target, and then I'll be looking for 105.60. Right. Tomorrow they have NFP and FOMC announcement. That is going to be volatile. I don't know which direction they're gonna take it, but because the market is bullish, I'll think, I'm still gonna stick with the bullishness. So I'm bullish until something else changes, and I'm looking for 105.60. Okay. Today looks like it's an inside candle, which is great. I love inside candles. Right, it's an inside candle, meaning they are trading inside the previous day's candle, right? So what generally will happen is if we don't go back up and make a new high, then tomorrow what I would expect is they will probably trade back inside the fair value gap that will be created, which will be this one here. Depending on where it closes, right, it will leave that, and then the next day I would expect them to open, drop down, and then make a run up. Okay, so that's what I'm kind of looking for on the dollar index. I'm gonna take these things off. So that's the framework on the daily time frame. On the H4, they've gone below this last up candle here. Now we have 2 hours and 25 minutes to go. If we are going to remain bullish, I do not want to see them close below this low here, right? So within the next 2 hours and 25 minutes, I want to see this candle reject, right? And if you look on the 1 hour time frame, if it does reject, it might form a swing low here. Okay, it might form a swing low. You don't have a fair value gap here. Let's take that off. If price is gonna reject this low, you want it to form a swing low here. So maybe this candle go one more time, takes out this low, and then the next candle, which would be the 10 o'clock candle, rejects. All right, and then the 11 o'clock candle also reject. So what I'm looking for is something like this. And I want to see this load get taken. All right, and then preferably this remains a down candle. Then we have one more candle come up. Okay, that will confirm a swing low, and then we start pushing back up again, and that's the sort of price action I want to see. if we don't do that, no problem. As long as this low gets rejected, that's what I'm after. And you can see in here, right, if it does close, it's leaving we've got 23 minutes. If it does close, it's gonna leave a fair value gap in here, so then I will be anticipating that to close back in, right? So I don't want to see this gap open. I expect to see the next candle trade above it, and then I'll be again looking for higher prices. Okay. So that's the current market condition I'm expecting on the dollar index. And once we get that, then you can come on to the foreign currencies, i.e. euro, pound, New Zealand, Aussie, and you can start looking for continuation to the downside. Aussie, I love Aussie because I think it's gonna make a run for this low. So this is my draw on liquidity on Aussie. Right, that's my draw on liquidity on Aussie. So I'm expecting that to continue going down, and I'm gonna quickly transit to this pair. You wanna get yourself into that one for continuation to the downside on the Aussie yen. Actually got a short this morning on that, inside that area. Right now, you know, yesterday I thought my private group, I thought the VIP I thought the VIP had to trade when price is going down, right? If they can't find an entry. So what you're gonna do is, as soon as the next candle closes below this low, right, if this closes below that low, you sell short, leave your stop loss above the high, okay, and then anticipate a continuation to the downside. I think we do have clean lows down here that in my opinion maybe price will come for. So if we close below that, you know, you have the opportunity to ride it all the way down here, okay. And you can also trade the Aussie if you want to. You're looking for a run to this low here, right? First target is going to be that low. All right, let me maximize that. Actually, I would like it on the daily. And we draw that and take a screenshot, and I'm gonna post it in the general area so that people can also take advantage of that. Okay, so that's what we are looking for on Aussie. This is the best one to look out for because pound has already taken out that sell side liquidity. Euro pound is going up, so I wouldn't want to sell euro today, maybe tomorrow. And New Zealand as well. I was actually anticipating it a little bit higher for the sell. I was anticipating it above this high to take out New York session high and then continue going down. That wasn't the case, so I think you can use that H4 up candle here, right? If you go below that, you're gonna look for a sell. You will see we have a high, higher high, and then this low. So once you go below it, it's gonna leave. We actually have a fair value gap here, and it's gonna leave another one here. New York session will offer you a potential sell opportunity to continue going down. Okay, so that's what we are looking for on this pair. So you're gonna leave these two alone and then focus on that too. All right. Dollar CAD, I actually shared this one quite early in the morning. We're looking for price to reach for 12917 and 129809. We got an entry right here, and we are almost at TP1. Again, if you look over here at within the next 16 minutes, right, the H4 is gonna close. That gives you the opportunity to be a buyer to continue going up. Pay attention to this imbalance in here. All right, and once the 10 o'clock candle closes within the next maybe 15 minutes or 17 minutes, once that closes, this is going to be an important gap. So if you see price, the next 4-hour candle open, right, the low of that candle might dip into this one and then expansion to the upside. So you can look for that as a trade idea as well to continue going up. Euro pound, yesterday I actually shared a sell scenario in here, but then later on I did realize what price was trying to do. When we got up here and price did not drop, right, this imbalance, that's where I shared a sell idea on yesterday. When we got there and price did not drop, and then it went above that high and it couldn't go up and it started consolidating, I went into this time frame, right, and I saw, I think it was the 1 hour time frame. Yes, on the 1 hour time frame I saw we had a consolidation in here and then price consolidated there and we are consolidating in here. So it felt to me that that was a market maker buy model, so price was gonna rally. So we closed the short and then I told them to look for a buy this morning because you don't want to be buying during that time of the day, right? So London, this is where I went long right here, took partial above this equal high, and I've left it. I want to see how far it's gonna go. Now on the daily time frame, I think it's gonna take out this high and might trade up into that one, but we do have lots of highs up here. Okay, so we might see maybe an explosion to the upside, right? That's what I'm thinking in here. So that buy, okay, that buy could lead to a massive move to the upside to, you know, attack all these highs in here. So, you know, you can look for a buy in the New York session. We have an auto block here which looks interesting. If we retrace back to it, you know, that's also another opportunity to go long. All right, so that's the euro pound. Gold, I'm watching gold exactly where I've highlighted my the last down candle here. I'm watching that. I want to see high of the day form somewhere in here, between this and that. Okay, I want to see the high form, so I'm anticipating an auto block to form, an up can something like this, like it did yesterday, which is that this up candle price straight down, then we just continue dropping. I'm anticipating that in here, or you know, that big down candle, I'm anticipating it to form there. Once I see that, then I'm looking to sell short to go and attack this low. Okay, so there's a lot of room to the downside. You might want to keep an eye on gold because it can give you some incredible return. I'm just eyeballing it, right? And this is the main target that I'm looking for. That's the main target. I'm not saying you should sell there, right? But that's the area I'm anticipating the high to form. So if the high forms in there, then I'm interested in finding a sell. Partial out here. Let me draw some lines. Partial out here. Partial out. Yeah, I'll go for that one. And then this, and I'll see. After this low is taken here and I'm done, I'm not looking for any more sells, right? So this is my last target. Anything beyond that, I'm not interested. All right. If you want to keep selling, that's entirely up to you, but that's where my sell ends. Okay, so this movement here it ends here for me, right? So I'm looking for a sell. I got a sell yesterday. Actually, I got a sell on Friday about this high, and then I got another sell yesterday, and I've collapsed 90% of it, and I'm looking for another sell to continue the movement down. Okay, so I'm watching the up candles. As soon as we close below one, this one wasn't. As soon as we close below one, I'm in looking for a sell. But on the demo account, I'm already short with a stop above that. So, on this platform, I'm already short with a stop above that. But on a real account, I'm looking for a tight entry. Okay. Oil, yesterday I got my bias wrong. I actually got stopped out on this one. Let me show you what I did. So same scenario in here. I actually went short on this candle. All right, after we went below that with this candle, I went short that, leaving my stop loss above here, and I was anticipating price to drop here with partial below this low. Right, that was my sell idea that I kind of took yesterday. And what happened was later I realized that my analysis was wrong. I overlooked at this, right? I overlooked at that. I used this swing here and that for the breaking structure, but it was just the 1 hour. The H4 was still bullish, right? This is the H4 swing. So, after I run back up, that's what I do, right? If I get trade wrong, I go in and I look at what made me wrong. Okay, and that's when I realized the H4 was still bullish. So if you go into the H4, right, that's the H4 impulse leg. So we needed this low to be taken out before that target could have been met. So right now I'm waiting to see, do they go above this high and then run back down? Because if they do, then I'm actually gonna still target this. All right, so a run above that and I see rejection, straight away I'm gonna go for a sell, because this is Monday, Tuesday, it might form the high of the week and then it will fall down. Maybe like this, and then I sell short, and then I target there. All right, so that's what I'm kind of looking for on that's what I'm looking for on oil. Okay, let's go over here. You can see what I said. It's actually trying to do that. This one as well, I went short on the 1 hour time frame here. What time did I sell short? I think it was this one. I was dropping my son off from school, and I saw we broke down. You might want to you see how I've done my charts. Okay, now there's a reason why I've done it that way. Okay, I will share it with my VIP members this afternoon. Probably you might be thinking, why have you got the blue lines like that with those red lines? There's a reason. Okay, and I'll share it with the VIP members this afternoon, so you know why. In case you're wondering, why is my chart like that? It's got to do with time of the day, London kill zone, right, and then New York kill zone. Those are specific times that I want to take trade entries. So if I'm looking for a trade, it has to be in that time window. Anything outside it is not good. So if I'm looking to sell, you can see I saw short in here yesterday. I did not take a trade on this one, I took a trade on that. Yesterday I got a sell in here as well, and New Zealand yen, I got a sell in here as well. So that time of the day, it's what I'm looking to basically take trades. Okay, pound yen, we've just gone outside the entry time, so I'll have to wait till New York session, right, before I get an entry on that. Euro yen, I'm actually not doing anything with that because of euro pound. It doesn't look right because of this pair being bullish. I don't want to take a trade on the euro pair, so this is the one I'm gonna hunt for sell during the New York session. So yeah, pretty much, I'm just focusing on these pairs right now. I'm not doing much on any other pair because this is opportunity to make some pips on the yen pairs. So I'm really focusing on the yen pairs. You can add the other yen pairs if you want to. Dollar yen, I don't trade the dollar yen, I don't like it. So the other one would be 1 2 3 4 5 dollar yen and Swiss yen. I've not looked at Swiss yen in a while. I don't know what it's up to. Okay, Swiss yen is also kind of dropping. It has pulled back into premium relative to this range, so that's not a bad one to hunt for a sell. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, it's not bad to hunt for sell. We went above this high, we've come back inside a range, and we probably trade to, yeah, we need to trade to this level here. We need to trade to this level and the 50 level. So we've gone through this down candle right there. So that's market maker sell model. So I'll expect them to drop down to here next. So that's a good opportunity for a sell. I think I might share this later. RTE sell there, right there. So that's an opportunity there to go short. Yeah. Stop is 81 pips. That's quite a lot. I like this fair value gap up here. If you can get there, that would be a perfect entry, and I'll give myself a little bit room, right? But selling here is also not bad. It's at optimal trade entry, so, and it's trading at a mitigation block, so it's not bad. Move. Oops. Right, that's not bad. I'll leave it like that. 70.5 is the best entry, so 70.5. Stop above that. Partial out here. Oops. TP1, TP2, and then TP3 will be here. TP3. Right there. Let's go to the H. That's fine. Okay. Better entry will be up there. Let's copy that. No, it's not a breaker, it's a mitigation. Or it's a balanced price range, right? Price went up and then broke down, so you have a balanced price range. You don't want to see price go above the up candles here, right? So I'll copy that and share that over here. All right. That was a quick one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then dollar yen. I will not look at that pair. It confuses me, so I'm not touching that. Let's go and check euro pound. Okay, you can see gold. Let me see, gold is coming down, so I think gold doesn't want to go up anymore. my other computer. Okay, how do you think of GA? I'm looking at 2-hour OB fair value gap. Alright, let's have a look at GA. GBP AUD 2-hour Wednesday, and observe, does it do? Okay, so what are you looking to do with that? Are you looking to buy it to continue going up, or are you expecting it to reverse? What is your bias? Because your bias will determine what you really want to do. Let's go to weekly. It looks to me that it might attack this high. Right, it looks to me it might attack that high and go into that fair value gap. We do have this equal high, bear with me, doing some adjustment of my positions over here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's gonna go up here, right? I think it's gonna go and attack that into this, and then probably come and attack these lows. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. They've gone above this fair value gap here. Alright, so you can see price is staying above it. So I'll go for, you can see it came back into that order block there. We hit this, create another order block here, we hit that. I'll go for a run above this equal high, and then maybe from there I'll anticipate price coming back down for this low. So somewhere up here, that's where I'll look for the sell. Right, somewhere up there, that's where I'll look for the sell, and then I'll send it back down. I'm not gonna sell up in here, right? You wanna sell in premium relative to this range. So think about it this way, right? This is a market maker buy model right now, and you have the sell model from here. You can use all this consolidation, but I'm gonna I'm gonna just reduce it to that. Right, so that's your consolidation, and then you have reaccumulation, and you had another reaccumulation in here, right? And then you have price reversing, and then they accumulate longs in here, and one more longs in here. So I'll expect them to dump it at OTE right there, and then I'll look for there, right, and then I'll look for price to drop down again. Right, that will be the play. Yeah, this one here, but my main focus would be this one, because that's the origin of the move. So I'll focus more on this, and then, you know, if you're gonna go here, that's fine, but this would be my main target, and I'll leave something on for it to continue. All right. Okay, any question? Let's go and check this. Let's go and check the dollar index. You can see the dollar index is rejecting that H4, right? You can see it's rejecting that H4. My bad, not this one. Where is that? There it is, this one. Right, you can see it's rejecting that H4. So that's what I want to see. And then next thing is this gap has to close in. Okay, that gap has to close in, and then once you close that in, that's it. We're going up for 105, 105.35, and then 105.60. And then dollar CAD should by now hit our first TP. Nice, to the pip. Let me post that for them to take partial. Okay, any other question? Any other question? It's 10 o'clock. Let me see which one gave a close. That didn't close. That's not good. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. But anyway, I'll wait till New York session. Okay, I would have preferred the this to be red like that, and that would have been a nice one. Yeah, CAD date, so you might want to focus on the CAD. All right, focus on the CAD because CAD did actually close below. Right now, I love this pattern. You can go through your charts, right, and then find if you do have this kind of indicator here, okay, if you have that indicator, go through your charts and then find where it did this. You have a green and you have a red, or you have a red and you have a green. Go through price and find instances where price did that, and you will see this price action here is a confirmation of down, and then the opposite is true for up. Like this, you have this one is a green first and then red, and then the opposite side is a red first and then a green. Okay, let me see if I can find one. You're looking for a red first and then a green. Red, green. Okay. You can see it doesn't form that often. Red, green, red, green. It doesn't form often, does it? It's another example. Red, green, red, green. Can see one. There it is. You have a red and then you have a green, and then you can see what happened next. Price went up. It's kind of a unique price action. There's another one. You have a red and then you have a green, and then price just continues. Another one here. You have a red and then you have a green, red, green, and then price goes up. Okay. So that one there, in my opinion, we should see it continue going down. Let's look at this one. That's also rejecting. Nice. Okay, thoughts on US 30. US 30, I think, is gonna continue going down. We are in a bear market, so these are just going to be short-term rallies and then a continuation to the downside. They gapped up. Price did gap up. Now we are below the gap, so that's, it's just bad news for the market. It's gonna continue going down. This is just a blip, right, compared to that. But most traders, and myself included back then, yeah, myself included, back in the day, I used to do that, where when I see it dropping like that, it's like I'm scared to sell. I want to buy it for some reason. So back in the day, this would be me buying this, right? Buying that one. But now it's evolved, so you're supposed to be looking, okay, once it does that, is that I'm looking to sell or I'm looking to sell. Once it does this, you're looking to sell or you're looking to sell. But to answer your question, the next drawn liquidity is here, and then these lows. Okay, so buyer still remains bearish. We are looking for continuation to the downside. I think New York session might present an opportunity to go short, so I'm waiting for New York session. Now the ones that I like would be the S&P 500. Now on S&P 500, yesterday I was going through price and I discovered something, which it's mine. It's mine, so I'm not gonna share it. But during New York session, there are some nice trade ideas that do form. You might want to study the New York session, right? And I'm gonna give you an idea, right? Look between, because I'm not gonna teach you, I'm just sharing. Look between 230 and look between 230 and 830. Okay, there's a trade idea that usually forms inside that range. Okay, so look between 230 and 830. That's all I'm gonna share. Okay, between 230 my time and 830, you will find a trade idea within that time window. Let's go back to this. Yeah. Let's look on the H4. I mean, we know where price is trying to reach for, so it's just a matter of time. New York session probably will send a large range candle to the downside. British pound, we traded back to the old low on the daily time frame, the closing price. Right, that's the key level I keyed off from, and I saw price shift. I'm showing a trade that I took. We keyed up from the previous day's low, I'm sorry, that daily low, and then price shift, and then it pulled back. So if you drop down to the lower time frame, you will see inside this there will be a gap. Price went there and then it dropped down. I took this one. No, yeah, this one, because I was on the 1 minute time frame. Go to the 1 minute time frame. There, that's the one that I took at 7:30. Right, so we hit that, we broke down, came back up. That's the one that I took, and I have my stop above that high, and then it came back. I didn't see this one because I was driving my son to school. I didn't see that, and I'm expecting them to go and attack this low. Basically, I saw a market maker sell model. We have this high break. This is the origin of the move, so we should see price run for that. So I went short here, and I'm looking for that. Alright, and the reason why I took this one is because of Euro pound. Euro pound is going up, so that will be bearish for pound, not this one. Even though I did mark out where I wanted to see the high form on that, I wanted the high to form above this high, and you can see it's doing that. It went just outside the time window that I expected, but nevertheless you can see So let's see. Okay. All right. So pretty much. Yeah, I think everybody knows now price is going lower, so we don't have to really do much. Just sit and wait for price to actually just watch down, and it's just a matter of time. Okay, any last questions? Because that's me done. I don't have anything else for you guys. Price is now waiting to move. So now that it's 10 o'clock, London is done. We're going for break, and then we come back at 2:30. I'm sorry, come back at 2, and then we will see what the market will give us from 2 o'clock. So patiently wait for the next movement, and then we can any question. All right, perfect. So if there's no question, thank you very much for joining me. I will see you guys at 2. And for those of you on YouTube, I will see you on Thursday. All right. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, morning, and evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.